There's girls, there's women, and there's ladies. There's yeses, there's no's, and there's maybes. There's teasing, there's pleasing. They start learning when they're babies. Those lyrics are from Ed Bruce, an amazing, great songwriter, country western mostly, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. You might recognize another one of his more famous tunes called Mama, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. Make them be doctors, lawyers, and such. Now, amongst this group here, please shout out or put in chat. There's something very common that you as a speaker, trainer, storyteller, a tool, a technique that you can use that he exemplified right here. Give a shout out, unmute, tell me what it is. Still waiting. Come on, three of you are going to shout it out.
The thing of threes.
Hey!
The thing of threes.
Yeah, rule of threes. Rule of threes. What it does is it sets a pattern. And as a speaker, storyteller, it's a way that you can set your audience up to go a certain direction. You can influence them. You can guide them to get a better greatness of result and experience of your presentation. Rules of three. Now, gotta see how we can make this even grander. So how do you do rules of three? Let's do a couple of examples with this here. Let's go with rule of three for speakers. How about this one? You've heard this one. Friends, Romans, and what? Countrymen, right? Countrymen. That's a common phrase. How about another common phrase? Yes, we can do that as well. Common phrases that we'll go with, that would be about lock, stock, and barrel. You've heard that one. Hook, line, and quick. Shout it out. Shout it out.
Sinker.
Sinker, not stinker. Who said stinker?
I said sinker.
Ready, aim.
Fire.
There we go. We're getting the system. We're getting the system. So these three very often well-known phrases, friends, Roman, and countrymen, lock, stock, and barrel, hook, line, and sinker, ready, aim, fire, are typically set up for a guide to influence your audience. Rather well known. Now, in order to get those three, the challenge is, how do you select, these words, friends, Roman, countrymen, they're not alphabetical. It's not A, B, C. They're not names of countries. Now, if you're a friend, you may not be a Roman, but if you're a Roman, you may not be a friend, but could you be a countryman? What's the disassociation? How can you put those together? And yet they're anchored in our world so well. The easiest way of doing this is a comedy routine, is come up with a list of 10 items. 10 items, and start looking around and seeing what might pair well together. What might pair differently, Confederate, tribesmen, allies, crew, partners, brothers and sisters, band of brothers, a posse, Klansmen. Oh, now we're going a little dark there. Fellow members. Oh, it could be. Well, if that's not enough, how about if you go for another set? Camaraderies. Camaraderies. Comrades. There we go. Companions, fellowship, associates, brethren, peers. We're not talking about a duck, different kind of peer. Cohorts, countrymen. So we can have those. When we put 10, maybe 10 extra, another 20, we can start selecting a few that can set that pattern that will influence our audience, our guides. That's rule of three for speakers. Now, how? How about if we add a little humor with it? Because what we're doing, we're setting a train on a track. We got 1, 2, a pattern, and then let's derail them. So this one might be, he was strong, he was brave, and he is scared of spiders. All right, that's a different track. Now, depending on your story, you may want to derail in that direction. How about this way? I came, I saw, and I tripped on my shoelaces. To derail, get people going in a certain direction. Life is pizza, faith, and hope. Now you can move the order around like I did there purposely. You can mix it around. You might use that when you're describing a college frat house. I'm not sure. So each of these can be used, but the difference with humor is the third one, try to derail a little bit more. Derail. Still, the art is we have to come up with a way of getting enough selection to choose for them. So give me a couple of shouts out. What else could we use instead of friends, Roman, countrymen? What's another word that we could throw in there? That friends, Romans, and
In-laws.
in-laws. Yes, more.
Toastmasters.
Toastmasters, friends, Romans, and Toastmasters. Yeah.
Kitty cats.
Kitty cats. Yeah, I stepped on one the other day. It was raining cats and dogs. Yes. That's
People.
people, friends, Romans, and people.
Countrymen.
Countrymen. Yeah. See? So we've got that. That's a method. However, how easy it is to come up that? We don't always have all our friends around to shout out and come up with some more ideas. So just me coming up with this 10 rules, right? Suggestions, a little bit of challenge. So how did I come up with so many at 1 a.m. last night or this morning? Come on, anybody think? Come on, help me out. You should know.
Thesaurus.
No, I use my
ChatGPT.
older buddy. My buddy. Well, it may not be the same buddy you've got, but it helps. But in actuality, I found an easier and faster way. I use my buddy Andy. Andy. Yes. He's a nice little intern, college graduate, amazing what he can do. Matter of fact, sometimes he's female. Andy. Andy is actually my chat GPT. He's my artificial intelligence, and he can come up with things quicker and faster than I ever can. And we're going to show you really quick one good example of chat GPT, and we're going to go right back to why it works so well. You can do this too. So right here, down here at the bottom, I'm going to put in, you are an expert in phrases, the rules of three speakers. Give me 10 words for that will add with friends, Romans, and so I put it in here. Guess what? That quick, he came up with 10 more. Guess what? I say, and again. And he came up with another 10 more. And again. Absolutely, a whole nother, see, sympathizers, acquaintances, things we never even come up with. And I can say again. Again, now I spell it different. Oh, critics, visionaries, leaders, scholars, artists. How quick was that? You too can do that. So I'm going to encourage you. Step back, look at ChatGPT, your friend, your buddy who can help you come up with more and quicker and faster than ever before, because you too can be as smart and have hundreds of ideas in just that quick heartbeat because of ChatGPT. And I'm going to ask you to join me one last spot, and that will be at there we go. Using artificial intelligence ethically at the District 84 conference in May. Cheers.
Thank you, Tom.